Rishika.
Wie geht's dir?
Good.
You are a Kannada enthusiast. What sparked this interest in you?
Some colleagues and friends of mine are from Karnataka, and when they're speaking Kannada, I was confused what they speak and a bit curious what this is, and then they just told me some simple words, and then I got into this. Yeah, a little bit, uh, some phrases I catched up, and I was just involving with them. And some friends were like really enthusiastic when they got visited by their friends from Karnataka. Were saying, "Oh, I'm so happy that I can speak Kannada and I don't have to speak German and English the whole time." And yeah, so I try to feel to make them more at home here. And I said, okay, maybe it's not too hard to learn the language, but actually it was quite hard. Yeah, but nonetheless, it was like a nice experience to involve with these people. And at first, it was just like people from the place where I'm working. But after that, I also go to Munich, for example, in a cinema. We are watching a Kannada movie with a friend of mine who brought me to the movie. And then there were some people sitting next to me and were wondering, why is this German guy sitting here in a Kannada movie? And then we were talking, and actually, this guy was um, organizing some of the get-togethers in Munich for Kannadigas. So they were celebrating the Rajyotsava festival, where they celebrate every year the state of Karnataka, and also some other Indian events. And they invited me, and then I could also experience some of the culture, like dance festivals and all the stuff. And people got curious, why is this guy here? And then I started trying to speak in Kannada, and at first it doesn't work at all, but after some years it got a little bit better that I could engage in small conversations, a little bit small talk. So it was very, very nice to get into this culture and experience it. Yes.
It's not a very common thing that a German would learn Kannada of all the languages,
No.
right? The script is very different. It doesn't have the English script, right? So it's a different script altogether. Did you have challenges learning the script?
Actually, it was beneficial to have the script because in Kannada, when you read the script, you can actually figure out the pronunciation of the words without like ever hearing it. Actually, it's like really nice to also have this Kannada script. When you have, for example, I think English is one of the worst languages because when you read it, you have to know how it's pronounced, otherwise you mispronounce it. And I think in German it's a little bit similar. You can't just like read the word and every time get it perfect. And it's actually it was really helpful to learn the script, and it's actually fun to write it and have something different what you are not used to or what you don't or haven't learned in school as a teenager or something. So it's like really something new. You have the whole package with the language, the written language, but also the spoken language from the different regions and like the whole package. So it was beneficial to have also the script.
You are a big cooking enthusiast, so you make amazing ragi mudde, dosas, idlis. So tell me about how you got so interested in Indian style of cooking, especially the Kannadiga style of cooking.
It was again through my friends. They showed me these things, and it was like a joy to eat it. But I also liked or I wanted to like prepare it for myself, so I could enjoy it again. So I tried it, and I think maybe I succeeded with some things. I don't know. So
You definitely succeeded. I have tasted it and it was amazing.
okay, yeah, I like these kind of things because, for example, my sister is also vegan eater for a long time, and when I visit her and we cook together, then we only cook Indian food because it's like usually vegetarian. Well, what I cook is usually vegetarian, and then you just leave out ghee and curd, and then it's like vegan meal. So I enjoy it a lot. And there's also so much variety that you have in the vegetarian dishes that you don't have. Like in Germany, I feel sometimes it's like you have the standard meat, where it's meal where you have meat, and then you just substitute the meat to by something else, and then it doesn't really taste so nice because you don't have an original dish. You modify something. But with these South Indian things I cook, I really enjoy it because then you have authentic meals. Or I try to make them authentic. I don't know, and yeah, there's like so much taste, but also so much joy when you cook it because there's something different. For example, dose, some preparing the batter that is fermenting here in this climate, then like spreading it on the pan and then doing the ingredients, like so much different steps that you like have to learn, and yeah, it's nice. And with Viking Mutter, I have like a special connection because it's I think my favorite dish. And the friends who introduced me to this dish were really hesitant to show it to me. I was visiting a couple, and he was saying, let's make ragi model for him. And she was, no, we can't give him that. And I was confused because I don't know what this was. And later I figured out that's probably because it's like a worker dish. I don't know, for like simple dish what you eat usually when you maybe go outside farming. I don't know, and it's not something what you give a guest maybe usually. So um, but they still tried, and I'm really happy about it because I really enjoyed it because it feels like a not plain dish but a simple dish, and with the like gravy what you have as a curry, and then you have like the taste, and you can also have some varieties and also fun to eat when you have this like this ragi ragi balls with the, and then you can eat it, and yeah, it's nice. It's the whole experience. Yeah.
And in the Indian culture, we eat with our hands, but here you eat with fork and knife. So how was that to adapt to?
Was rather simple or easy because also when I eat Indian dishes, I only eat with hands because otherwise it tastes different. I think. Also those I would never eat with fork and knife. So I always eat with hands. And also rice. That was a little bit challenging because I didn't know how to eat it at first. But then it was like just 10 seconds. Someone showing me how to eat it properly with the hand, how to use the thumb, and then it was really easy. What I still struggle with is when you have some liquid like curd or something, then it's hard to pick it up with your hand. Now my friend is really master to eating curd from the plate and then just like I don't know,
Licking it?
licking it. Yeah, I eat all the Indian dishes with hands. It's, I don't know. Even in India, I got sometimes two forks to eat dosa. I don't know why. Everyone got like nothing. Only they were giving me two forks. I was like, no, I eat it with hands. Yeah, so I enjoy it, and it's
Mm.
nice to eat with hands. Yeah.
What kind of dishes do you cook? Indian dishes that you cook?
Ragi mudde, dosa. Italy I try, but I struggle with Italy a little bit. I don't know why. And then I don't know, like uh, I can't recall the name every time. But I know daru with rice and um, I can't really recall.
Besan laddu. Remember you had made that once
Yes, but
when you had come home.
it was rather an exception. Sometimes I try something out, but what I do on like a regular basis is this. Um, I can't recall the name right now, but it's a rice dish where you have like a one pot dish. You put all the vegetables in there. I can't recall the name right now, but it's a rice dish where you have like a one pot dish. You put all the vegetables in there.
Disability bar.
uh,
Yeah.
when I was in India, when they have this yellow uta, with this banana leaf dish where you have everything, I have so much struggle to remember everything. So even back then it was difficult.
Were there some cultural differences that you noticed when you visited Karnataka for the first time?
Yeah, as actually when I visited, there was not so much new. Maybe the traffic it was it was so different. But I experienced a lot of stuff already here in Germany because of my friends. Um, with I don't know arranged marriage, food, but also like being on time or being not on time, and like all these small differences. Or when you go to some place for like a baby shower, this when someone is newly born, and it feels a little bit different to what you do like in a maybe German family. So with all this gift giving when the woman is still pregnant, and there was yeah so much new stuff. And this year I was visiting um, the wedding of my best friend. She got married, and then I could experience like everything, like the preparation, like all the stress, but also the good sides. And it was really nice. But there was not so much like surprising things because, like I said, so many friends like prepared me like mentally with all the things that were telling me about like stories, or just like when you discuss something with them. So I already know or knew a lot about this, but experiencing it then it was like not surprising, but really nice. And was a nice feeling. So yeah, what I experienced when you have the people who are on the streets with their small stalls and want to try to sell you something. Then you heard so many times like this, hey bro, then in English, um, do you want, I don't know, and then some things they want to sell you. And so they always, well, sometimes approach you like you're a tourist, you're from the US, and I don't know. So it's, yeah, a little bit hard for me to, I don't know what not really annoying, but I feel a little bit frustrated when you have like this reaction, like if I'm a US person, but I'm not. So yeah, there was always also one time when someone was tried to sell me some postcards or something, and I was telling beta, 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 like in Kannada, I don't want this, I don't want this, and was a little bit not shocked, but uh, so confused that he didn't proceed. He was, oh, okay, what's going on? And then he just went by to something else. So that helps a lot. Some of my friends told me you have to say like beta 3 times, and then it's it's enough. Then it's like really people know, yeah, you don't want to have this. I don't know.
Where did you learn Kannada?
As I learned it by myself, but with the help of a lot of friends. Without my friends, it wouldn't have been possible. And a couple of years ago, there was also a professor in the university here in Munich who also offered like an um, online semester to learn the language. And there I could more dive into grammar and all this. So we are translating text, and that was also um, like boosting the knowledge about language and grammar. But with my friends, it's more like speaking and listening. But with listening, I still struggle a lot because when you have different regions, it's different. So yeah, with friends and some textbooks, I try to read something and translate it, but it's rather hard because you don't have like a I don't know, Kannada course that's recent because um, some of the materials are even from the time where and some missionaries were going to India, Karnataka, and trying to make a dictionary. Kittel, it's a German who was, I think it's like the first Kannada um, dictionary that was published by him, and he had also some lessons, but it's like totally out of date. It's not maybe really useful these times. There are some even Germans here who study the language, but they're less. So people are in Germany are also enthusiastic about other like Germans that want to know the language.
Um, you also watch a lot of Kannada films,
Yes.
right? So what are some of your favorite Kannada films?
I really like the Rajkumar movies that are old movies. I think probably every Kannadiga knows Rajkumar, and it's a little bit, or it's really hard to understand because they also usually don't have any subtitles. But for some movies, for example, Kalidasa, one friend of mine was watching it with me, and after every scene, she was explaining what the meaning of this is and what's really nice. So it was like a long session because the movie is also like 2 hours or so, and with all the explanation, it was like really long, but it was so much fun because then you can understand a lot of these things, but also like the movie I mentioned, it was Wandu Motoyakate. It is a newer movie, and what I like about the Kannada or Kannada film industry is that they're like feel more down to earth when you compare it maybe to Bollywood movies. They're like so much, I don't know, so much show. Everyone is, I don't know, it's like kind of showing off, but the Kannada film industry feels more like down to earth. So you can identify more with the people. And this movie, for example, it was about, um, when I remember correctly, how someone tries to find a woman to get married, and this whole this cultural thing with getting married, this maybe arranged marriage, and so was all this topic that got into this a new movie. And so you have the culture, you have the language, and you have, like I said, I was going with friends, and they were also like discussing a little bit about this. It was like really nice to have something like this. So I really like the old movies, but also the newer movies are nice because then you can have a look at the culture and the society.
You also mentioned that you attend a lot of Kannadiga events.
A lot of the events I visited was this Rajyotsava event where they celebrate the forming of Karnataka, where people were dancing, singing, and they are just showing what they can do, what they want to show other people. So this, but also Ganesha Chaturthi or this New Year festival, what they have. Um, so I saw
Yugadi.
Ugadi, exactly. Yeah, thank you. So they have some different events where they just show something like I said, dancing or thing, but also like attending puja, and you have the whole package. So and when you really are like interested in this, then you feel really welcome. I think. And we have also some events or some people who are organizing these events that are not for or mainly for Kannadigas, but these people also try to involve more of the like German people or European people to get them more to know about the Indian culture. And yeah, these events I also attended. So you have like a lot of opportunities to experience the Indian culture even here in Germany. So I'm really happy about that it's possible. Yeah.
Nice. And how do you stay in touch with the language?
I try to speak sometimes with my friends, but it's rather rare that I do. But I try to like watch some movie sometime or listen to some music, in mostly it's film music. So yeah, just to keep in touch to like listen to the language, and sometimes read some book, some textbook, more like child book kind of level. But yeah, these are the things I try to do.
Mm, good thing. Great. I wish you all the very best with learning Kannada even further.
Thank you.
And looking forward to many more dishes from you, the Kannadiga dishes.